Y'all know shit is bad if Shawty Bae is being the voice of reason on TikTok. That's how you know stuff is really, really bad, y'all. I'm letting you guys know from the jump in this video. This is probably going to be like the most messy video that I have ever made. Like, y'all, if you guys watch in front of your children, which by the way, please don't ever do, okay? Y'all know I'm very unpredictable. I don't even know what's gonna come out of my mouth half the times. Like, y'all know I'm pretty unfiltered. So I try my hardest though when the camera's on, but if you guys have ever caught me on live before, that's when you're getting like the full rawness, do you know what I mean? But even sometimes still on camera, like I'd be forgetting like, duh, I gotta upload this to YouTube. So I'm just letting you guys know from the jump of this, like, do not watch this in front of your kids because we are going to be talking about some very adult things within today's video. Honestly, y'all, I'm low-key really tripped out that this is even like a topic of like conversation on TikTok because it's very adult. Like it's very OF, if you get what I'm saying, okay? Actually, there's a TikTok that I want to play with in today's video that has to go around this like subject. But I'm like low-key scared to play it. Maybe I'll like have it running in the background when I get to that portion of it because y'all, some things are happening on that video and it's posted all over TikTok, and I really do feel like TikTok is more sensitive than YouTube as far as like things like that. Do you know what I mean? However, some things can be considered hate speech on TikTok very easily. Like, y'all, I was making a snack video on my like food and travel account, and I'm like, the way that my video kept getting taken down, and I'm like, I didn't cuss in it one single time, but all I literally said was, I don't like Twinkies. And I'm thinking that that was like hate speech towards the LGBT community of like, maybe you thought that I was saying I hate Twinks, even though I love Twinks. So I'm just kind of like, I'm not understand because I'm saying Hostess Twinkies. I do not like Hostess Twinkies. So I don't know. That was my only reason. I was like, are they thinking that I'm saying I hate Twinks? Is that like what's going on here? I don't know. Anyways, y'all, the fact that Shawty Bae is speaking about 2K and Brianna Olsen and kind of like being the voice of reason, which by the way, if y'all have not kept up with Shawty Bae recently, I do have to say, I kind of like this new version of her. Like, I feel like because people on TikTok are now so messy, speaking of like, you know, Ash Trevino and like this girl Vale and Brianna Olsen, like all these people have become so much more messy than Shawty Bae that I feel like Shawty Bae low-key looks really innocent, which yes, we all know that she's not, and yes, we know that Shawty Bae can be really messy too, but I think it's just kind of crazy that she's just kind of like, you know, like she's like in her peaceful era right now. Like low-key, a lot of TikToks that I see of her are very, you know, funny and lighthearted as to where before, like, y'all, she was wrapped up in a whole lot of drama. And now I feel like she's like really the calm one compared to these other crazy girls out there. I am going to be giving you guys a bit of a rundown, okay, because I did see quite a few comments within my last 2K and Brianna Olsen video. People were like, who is this? Like, I don't know who they are. And it's so crazy because they're actually really, really popular on TikTok. And y'all, when it comes down to TikTok drama, they are like, I would say probably top 5 of the like TikTok drama. Like, they are literally up there as far as being the most talked about. And that's why I was like, the way that I have so many things to talk about them, I almost feel Brianna Olsen and Ashley Trevino are probably like just as messy. Do you know what I mean? I have to say though, this girl Brianna Olsen, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, before we even get into like what we're gonna be talking about, I'm like, low key, like she kind of reminds me of my homegirls back when I was younger. Which, by the way, I want to say she's 24. Like, obviously, I'm like 11 years older, but I do have to say, y'all used to have some pretty messy friends who would be doing some rowdy things, and y'all would be right there hyping them up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just as bad, just as guilty. My whole thing was though is like I wasn't, you know, growing up on social media how everyone is now, and now it's just kind of like, ooh, y'all. Anyways, let me give you guys the rundown. Okay, if you guys don't know about 2K and Brianna Olsen, so they used to be a couple on TikTok. 2K actually started off, I want to say, being the more popular one. She was still popular, but not as popular as 2K. He started out as a barber, right? But then he ended up becoming like a live streamer all the time. Low-key, he's really hilarious. I played some clips for you guys within last time's video when I was talking about 2K and Brie, and it seemed like you guys did like him too. I find him to be pretty like mellow and chill, and he's like really, really funny. So I like him, you know, from what I've seen so far anyways, okay? I just want to throw that out there. I do not know everything about these people, okay? Throwing that out here, I want to say like all of these people within this like, you know, Ashley Trevino universe are new to me within the past like 2 months, I would say. So no, I do not know all of their history. Just letting y'all know that from the jump. Well, anyways, they are currently going through some like legal battles right now as they are like seeking custody and whatnot of their son. As of right now, I did mention to you guys last time that 2K actually has 75% custody of their son. It's a temporary court order. Here's where things get really, really tricky though, because it's been kind of like, you know, talked about on TikTok quite a few times that it just really doesn't seem that Brianna Olsen wants to be a mom. Some of the things that she says and does, it's kind of like, girl, you're going through a legal battle right now, like literally in court. Like, everyone knows this, like even the court records are there. The like online sleuths who like look for everything, they even found like all their court papers and everything like that that are made public. And I'm just kind of like, why are you doing the things that you're doing on TikTok live and TikTok in general when you're, actively going to court right now to like seek 50-50 custody of your son? I'm just not understanding these things. And that's where I'm like, okay, things are really, really messy between them two, right? But now 2K has said that he's actually no longer going to be talking about Brianna Olsen. Like, it's just too much. He's tired of the drama. He's tired of like getting tagged in things. Like, I guess a lot of people on TikTok will say, oh, look what your baby mama did last night and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, okay, please stop tagging me in this. I'm like really over it, right? Well, Brianna Olsen is really doing a number for herself because once again, she's obviously going through all these court hearings and everything like that. And look, I obviously don't know anything about the law whatsoever, but I would assume that some of the things that she is doing is obviously going to play a factor in, like, the custody hearings. Because say, for example, if they come out and they say, oh, she's an unfit mother because of X, Y, and Z, it's kind of like the proof is there, and everything that she is like doing on social media right now, I would assume would play a role into it. Because y'all, she is being like, when I say messy, y'all, I mean, so messy. So let me just tell you guys, because obviously I can't show you this, although I did see a clip, and yes, they did blur it out because it was on TikTok. This whole thing got super, super messy between her and her homegirl, Vale, okay? They went out one night, and I guess like she was like at a strip club or something, and she got up on the stripper pole, and y'all, this was all on Instagram stories or Snapchat. I forget exactly which one it was, but it was one of the stories, not on TikTok, okay? And Brianna Olsen got up on the pole or whatever, and she literally flashed Vale, and Vale had posted it onto social media. Which I want to say this, okay? A lot of people are talking trash about this girl, Vale, for like, girl, why would you post that? Like, this is supposed to be your homegirl. Like, it doesn't really make sense. Why are you posting this? I gotta keep it so for real with you guys. When I have been tipsies in the bars and clubs before, I've posted some things on my story where I'm like, oh my God, like I literally wake up and delete it. Like if you guys have followed me on Instagram for quite some time, y'all know that everyone and their mom always talk shit to me, like for real, like everyone. People, when I post when I'm out, people are like, you're gonna delete this in the morning. Like, I'm like, the fact that they be knowing me like that. So I'm gonna be so for real with you guys, okay? When alcohol plays a factor into it, I really feel like you're not using your best form of judgment. I do have to say this though, okay? I have never posted any of my homegirls or any of like my friends in general, like, flashing or anything like that. Like, Lord knows they've done it, okay? Let's just go ahead and keep it real. Like, even me, like, y'all, I'm so insecure about my body. And when you see me drunk, like, I'd be out there, like, showing my hairy ass tatas, to everybody. Like, I don't know who I think I am, And I'm just kind of like, okay, if I do that, my friends do that. Like, it's just obviously we're all playing around, being silly. Nobody's ever posted it on social media, though. So that's why they were talking shit about this girl, Vale. Like, hey, like, that's not your real friend. Like, why is she going to post that? Like, she knows that you're going through a court hearing. But also, I have to say this, too, though. This is where Brianna Olsen should also be like, okay, hold yourself a little bit accountable here. Like, why are you getting onto any type of social media platform with a phone literally pointed right at you? Why are you going to go and flash? Do you know what I mean? Yes, granted, maybe she didn't know that she was going to post it on social media and she was just being funny with her friends. But it's still kind of like, have that in the back of your mind, considering you don't want that out there. Regardless, also, too, I'm so sorry to say this, but sometimes even with your friends, you really do have to be cautious because you don't want to have them having that type of like blackmail on you. Do you know what I mean? To like put that out there. Say, for example, if Vale and her were to get into some argument and then she posted just being spiteful, that could always be a thing too. But I have to say this, okay? And I'm just keeping it real, okay? Because I hate how people get so damn fake on the internet, okay? And y'all, I've always said it before, like, I'm a trashy ass bitch, okay? Like, if you guys have seen me on live, like, if you guys were to be around me and my friends, like, y'all, we joke around a lot, we play around a lot. I really do feel like this was an accident. You know what I mean? Only because I can say that I've posted some things before. Like, y'all, some videos that I posted of some of my homegirls, like, dancing with go-go dancers and WeHo and stuff. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, that should not be on my stories. Do you know what I mean? Like, some of them are moms and whatnot. I'm like, oh, damn, let me delete this. And in the morning when I see it, I'm like, oh no, delete. You know what I mean? So I'm coming from that aspect of like, yes, I've never posted any of my homegirls, fully flashing somebody, but I have posted some things that I shouldn't have posted. Do you know what I mean? So I'm literally over here trying to be rational, okay? Anyways, here's where I'm going to tell you guys that I wanted to play this TikTok, okay? It's floating around TikTok, so I almost feel like I could post it. I'm going to let it run, okay, right here with me in the screen, so that way it's not blasted out there. Y'all. So I guess apparently because Brianna Olsen was getting upset about this whole entire thing that Vale had posted, her flashing the camera onto her story, then that's where she was like, oh, I'm going to get even with her. And y'all, apparently they were in a Rolls Royce, and this girl, and it's so crazy because if you guys know who this girl Vale is, they already call her Backseat. Like literally that's her name on TikTok. Well, not like her user handle, but like everyone calls her Backseat. Anyways, they always call her Backseat because she was on Ash Trevino's live before. and she was doing something in the back seat. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, bobbing for apples, let's just say. And Brianna Olsen just posted that again, as you guys just saw, that she was in the back seat doing some things, okay? And this is where people are saying, like, okay, Brianna is obviously not your real friend. Like, how are you doing this? Like, it's so crazy, right? But also, I have to say this too, because it seems like all of a sudden that Brianna Olsen is really pressed about this whole entire situation, all of a sudden. And that's where I'm just kind of like, I'm getting skeptical about this, because she literally posted this the other day. People on TikTok mad about me flashing Vale, laugh my ass off, ask me if I care. Did I do anything illegal? Ha ha ha, be so for real. So just before this had happened, like, she seemed like she was completely fine with everything. Like, it was no big deal. Like, okay, who cares? People are speculating too that they're like using this to their advantage to promote their OF accounts. Do you know what I mean? So this is where I'm just kind of like, why all of a sudden are you pressed about it? Maybe because it like blew up and went viral on TikTok. I don't really know. But like, literally, she posted that just a couple days prior to that whole thing, or prior to her, you know, making this video and putting this video out there about this girl Vale, aka Backseat. So I'm just kind of like, girl, like, which one is it? Because you seemed pressed at first, and then now, or sorry, you didn't seem pressed at first, and then all of a sudden you seem pressed. So it's just kind of like, girl, make up your mind. Also, I just want to go ahead and play this, okay, because getting into the Shawty Bae portion of this video, okay, I think it's so crazy that it just really seems to me that she just does not want to be a mom, okay? Of course, I am seeing what is just put out there on the internet. I am seeing from what she posts. I'm seeing from clips of her live. I obviously don't know her, so take everything with a grain of salt. Like, hey, maybe she really does want to be a mom full time. Maybe she really has the best intentions. It doesn't come across that way in the slightest bit. It really does seem like she just doesn't want to be a mom. And this is where I want to go ahead and like play like a clip like this, to where she says, this is what it says right here. Brie wishes she was farther away from her son. People do blow this specific clip up just a little bit, because you guys will hear her say that she wishes that he was farther. She's specifically talking about 2K though, but what everyone's saying about this is like, wait, if your baby daddy has like primary custody of your son, if he moves further away, that means your son is further away. Check this out.
Ugh, my hands, they're disgusting. Is it hard co-parenting with him being so far away? No, I wish he was farther.
Seeing right there, she's saying, oh, I wish he was further away. People did blow that up on TikTok. Okay, I'm gonna be real, because obviously she was talking about 2K, meaning like, screw him. But obviously, hello, girl, it goes hand in hand. If he's the one that has 75% custody of your son, if he moves like, I don't know, to another country or something, if like he's even able to do that, it's like, that means your son is going to be further away from you for 75% of the time. People obviously like having the caption say, oh, Brie wishes she was farther from her son. Clearly, she wasn't saying specifically her son, but obviously, hello, if you have any brains, you're going to know that if the baby daddy is further away, that means that your son's going to be further away. I just don't get it, y'all. But it's just things like that that everyone's like, oh, girl. Also, too, there was this other clip, too, to where she was, like, dancing around. And I think that the baby was not in the, how do you call it? The car seat. She was dancing around taking shots with a car seat, and everyone's like, oh, damn. Like, I don't know if she just hams it up, because maybe she really is kind of like a troll and she just does everything for views. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just kind of like, girl, you're going to court right now. Like, this is not a good look. Like, even if you are just trolling, if you are just doing this just for entertainment, like, whatever, like, I totally get that. Obviously, this is what so many content creators do on social media, but like, you're literally going to court right now for custody battles. Like, I'm just not getting it. Anyways, I do want to go ahead and play this clip right here, to where Shawty Bae was talking about the whole situation with 2K and Brie. And I'm like, not Shawty Bae being the voice of reason.
Some mothers do not deserve to be mothers, to be honest. There's people that are trying to have babies right now, and they can't because, I don't know why, but like, there's some mothers that want to be like a mother and they can't even have kids. Like, and you're like doing so much things to the baby, bruh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's mothers that try to have kids, but they can't have kids. Like, there's mothers that want to have kids, and like, you're doing all this stuff on social media. Like, what you doing? Like, you know, there's a lot of mothers that like can't even have kids. I feel bad for the mothers that can't have kids. You know? Have you seen that 2K's not her dad? The dad? Damn, that's just sad. Why are you bringing it on social media, girl? You need help. You need help, girl. Like, seriously. Even though if the kid is not his, he's the dad no matter what. No matter if you don't have blood, he will love the son like it's his, period. You know what I mean?
As y'all see from right there, even Shawty Bae is saying like, hello, like, people are really trying to have kids, and like, you have people like Brie who just, kind of seem like she just don't really want to be a mom, which, hey, y'all know me. I'm always going to give the benefit of the doubt because I know how this social media game works. I know how people like move. Obviously, a lot of people do things for attention and for views because y'all, it really does rack in the money. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you make one viral video that's just like going crazy because you look crazy, you could make like 20 grand from that one video. So sometimes people will be like, you know what? Let me act out. Let me go ahead and play the role of me being a bad mom or whatever just to get the clicks and views. So that's why I'm saying I'm giving her the benefit in the doubt in that way. But I do have to say that it is going on a little bit too far. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of like, okay, girl, like, you're out here, like, flashing people. You're recording your homegirl, giving some dome in the backseat of a car. Like, you're out here, dancing around, taking shots with, like, a car seat. Like, it's going on a little bit too much. So now I'm just kind of like, okay, girl, like, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. But, like, that's going to start running out pretty soon. Because from what I'm seeing, I'm like, damn, she really seems like... Low-key, she seems like, just as bad as a mom as, like, Ash Trevino, which I'm like, girl, like, do you want that reputation? Anyways, if you guys have followed up with all this drama of 2K and Brianna Olsen, please let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything down below. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.